Well, I am back in an aquarium, but this time we are at the Deep Sea World, which is the National Aquarium of Scotland. And what I'm super excited about is there is one of, if not the longest shark tunnel in Europe right here. So I'm so excited to see my little sharky babies. But today we are sketching again. I really want to just check out all the marine life, sketch it, get many things down in my sketchbook, and kind of share with you guys some of the marine life that I don't get a chance to film in the wild. Here right down the eye, because the most vulnerable part of a fish is obviously where its brain and its eyes are, and a lot of the time in the tropics their coloration is just to confuse predators, to be like, this isn't my eye, this is something else. So if I'm going to go bite something, you know, it will think the tail's the head or something, it will go to bite the tail, but in doing so it's already moved because the fish will be moving in the opposite direction that the thing would have thought of if it was going for its head, and also just gives it a bit more reaction time. So tropical patterns of tropical fish are also really cool, and the reason you find it so much more in the tropics is because things can see a lot easier. You can obviously see the really clear waters a lot, so a lot of predators are basically eating things from visible signs and symbols, whereas in the UK it's a bit more murkier and they might go more off feel or smell or something, rather than like sight, because it's not always, you know, sometimes you might only have a tiny bit of visibility, which is why the tropics tend to have a lot more colourful patterns too. Of course, there's always the glory of aquarium, always. There's lots of cool fish and species around, but gotta love a good invert. They're always so weird. Very interesting to draw. they're all visually very different. The fish has always got eyes and fin, and genuinely tend to be difficult to, you have to place, I struggle drawing fish because you have to place the fin in the right place or it just looks like a different species, and you have to get the eye exactly right and you have to get all the proportions, whereas an invertebrate, it's just a nice pretty blob, and there's definitely some leeway for getting it wrong. So don't tell everyone that's why I draw inverts. I draw inverts because I prefer inverts. Actually, I do prefer inverts, yeah. Either they're very interested in my artwork or they think I'm confusing. I have a feeling that potentially we're going to the shark pit now. Gift shop. I'm in a cave. This is gonna be good, guys. Europe's longest underwater tunnel. You want to have a look? Yeah, see? That didn't get a good reaction from the fish, did it? I mean, this tank might just seem, apart from the two magnificent giant sharks that keep going over, as just a tank of grey fish, which unfortunately I think some of the people coming here just see it as that, but I'm forcing myself to stay here and watch not just these awesome guys but the other species, because there are an absolute ton have different species in here, and the more you look, the more you kind of see they're not just the same grey fish. They have different tails, their lateral lines, which is the line, the sensory line along the body of a fish. It's different sizes, different shapes, it has different patterns. It's this line here, this line. It's really good that aquariums kind of provide this, you get this really, you know, close-up look at the species, and you can really study their anatomy. And for me, as someone who struggles to draw fish and definitely needs the practice, this is really good at just getting to see all the different fish. And the more I look, the more I feel like they're great personalities. I always love grey mullet because they look like they're just ready to give everyone a kiss, because they're like this all the time. They're like, ooh. So I love that fish species, which is really cool. Hello, little guy. Stingray. Oh, hello. We've got a fame-hungry skate here. How are you doing? Stingray. All good? I finished that drawing, that skate went off. He was like, draw me, I'm done. I love him, he was great. He must have been cool. Greyfish over here that I can hone my greyfish drawing skills with. It'll be great. Drawing these big fellas here, really difficult, because you're seeing it from such a weird perspective, and as soon as it hits the curve, their perspective changes as well. And also, I'm just not used to drawing things at like different angles, and you're kind of seeing everything from like a 3/4 angle from above, and I'm trying to get the outline of things. But it was really fun. Some of them, most of these are definitely a fail, but then I kind of started to chunk them up into shapes, and that kind of helped. I mean, I don't know what the hell this is, no idea, this is terrible. These were coming the first ones, but some of them, I don't know, I think they kind of just get there's little strokes of the personality of the sharks in that sketch, so I'm quite pleased. And I think as a collective sketchbook page, I think it works pretty good. But oh god, it really it's really hard. Like, it's so difficult to translate what you're seeing and doing it really quickly, and being like, it's all about like holding yourself accountable, because what I want to do is draw what I think it looks like. The point of me being here is, like, I drew the fin wrong on this shark like for ages. Completely got the fin wrong. And that happened just for the pure fact that I was too lazy to really look like when I was looking, but I wasn't translating to the hand. So that was definitely a load of fun, but drawing from life is so tough. Don't ever underestimate. I admire people that are able to sketch from life so well, so much, because I'm still learning, guys. I'm still learning. So this tunnel itself, step there, try not to trip Elizabeth. This tunnel itself is absolutely amazing, so I think it's worth bringing out the watercolour paints and trying to kind of encompass a tunnel fish sketchbook page 2.
That I'm linking below, where I go fossil hunting and find a giant shark's tooth. You can find them on UK beaches and don't have to get them in tiny plastic bottles from an aquarium. You can actually go out and find them yourself. So there you go. All the handy things you will find at Marine Mongols. Subscribe, look at that. Hey, why do you look so weird? No answer? Well, I imagine he just gets asked a lot. So I'm going to end today's video with this very impressive rail bridge view in the background. I would have ended it in front of a fish tank for those of you saying that the engineering is getting to me. I do a PhD in both engineering and marine biology, but I'm a marine biologist, so the engineering is the new bit to me. It's got really busy inside because they're doing all the feeding, so that's the only reason why I have decided to come out here and end it in front of a cool bridge, which I still think is pretty cool. There's not many aquariums where you can see a seal swimming. And anywho, I decided to stop because I just hit my limit. Sometimes that happens with drawing, you just hit your limit and your brain can't focus and you're just like, oh, I just need to fill the space, so I just fill it with something, and it turned out completely naff and completely wrong. So I decided to stop it before I went and ruined all of the sketches that I've done so far. Yo. If you guys enjoyed today's video, I've really enjoyed getting to practice my artistic brain, although the artistic side of my brain is hurting right now. It's been used too much, so I'm just gonna call it quits for today and see you guys next Wednesday for another video.